Believe it or not, a place to get all sorts of information about sports and about stadiums is at a restaurant show. We're at the Chicago Restaurant Show at McCormick Place. It's huge. We were walking down one of the aisles, and I saw a brand new truck. It's a beauty, and on the front of it, it has the Texas Tech logo and Red Raiders on the top. So we had to stop and find out more about that. We've asked Robert Michelonis, who works with On the Move, to join us. Robert, first of all, boy, that truck sure looks spiffy. Is there some good food in there somewhere?
It does, Bill. It does. I appreciate you stopping us. Yeah, we can cook a lot of good stuff off of that truck. Yeah, we'd love to.
Well, you know, Jones Stadium, Jones AT&T Stadium is a magnificent stadium, but it always helps when you have large crowds to have some capability like this to go ahead and provide food for everybody. There are a lot of hungry people anytime at a stadium. What we're looking at is a pretty good-sized truck. You have some food generation capability in here. What is it for the fans? What are they going to be looking at when they see it?
Yeah, so what we've got, Texas Tech University, Go Raiders. We've got a mobile concept called Street that's coming to the university campus soon. They have an 18-foot box truck. They'll be able to get all their good menu items served out of that outside the stadium. And we've got all kinds of good stuff with it, marketing events that we'll be using the truck for, as well as catering events too.
Well, that's great. We should point out that when you say the word street, you mean S-T-R-E-A-T. Boy, you guys are slick.
That's right. That's right. And that came from the marketing crew there at Texas Tech. So they did a wonderful job coming up with that concept. It's gonna go over well with the students.
What type of a relationship takes place in order for a truck like this to be involved with the school? What's the actual underlying structure related to that?
Yeah, I mean, the underlying structure relative to who we build relationships with is the hospitality or dining service crew at the university.
I see.
There's a lot of department heads that have to be involved in the molding of the relationship, because the truck does affect ground services and engineering and maintenance, and so there's a lot of moving parts to it. And at such a large campus, I think Tech is the second largest campus in America behind Air Force, I think. Yeah. And Air Force is because of their runways. They include them. So to have something mobile on campus at Tech makes a lot of sense, because they have to feed a lot of hungry students, and if they ever need it for a relief effort, that it's there. But there are moving parts to that, and we do have to build relationships with all the department heads. That's really the key component.
If we go inside the actual truck itself, there are indeed considerable resources in there. It looks like a huge kitchen. How in the world did you fit all of that when you include the requirements in terms of electricity and making all of that work and come out as such a beautiful product, but also that's capable of generating an awful lot of food? How did you do it?
Yeah, so what we do is we build from the ground up. So when this truck gets to us, it's simply a rolling chassis. It's a Ford F550. We build from there to be a food truck, so we're able to do a lot more with that. One of the things we do is we raise the floor height to 12 inches above the chassis. We rubber mount it for vibration, and that gives us some space to store propane and water tanks for prolonged usage. So we have 7 times more propane than your normal food truck. So they have all that there. But we added a unique patent-pending slide out into our food trucks with a step-down area, so the servers are now eye level with the customers, and the customers can just get their food at eye level and not have to reach up and hope they don't get their nachos dropped on their head. So that's how we can fit the equipment in there. You can fit 8 cooks and 2 servers in there comfortably.
Wow.
With plenty of room to work in their own stations.
The first time that I have heard of On the Move is right now, and I'm sure many of our listeners are learning about it for the first time. Tell us about the company. I know you're based in San Antonio, so you're a good Texas guy, so none of this is totally new to you. You know what Texas Tech is all about, certainly.
Yeah, right.
But give us the lay of the land on the Move and on Central Texas, where you're based.
And it's kind of hard, because my sales manager and a couple employees there are alumni of the Raiders, so I really had no choice but to contact David Deason and Kirk over there, and Michael Betzold. So we're a 22-year-old company. We build rental trucks. We run a rental truck program for self-storage facilities, for realtors and apartment communities. And so we've been building these rental trucks at 14 foot in length for 22 years, and we provide a rental insurance so they can re-rent that truck back out to their customers. We wrap them with beautiful custom graphics, and so when it's being used, it's an advertising tool. Since we had the knowledge in truck building, we decided that why not get into the food truck market? It's the one of the most hip things out right now. Yeah. Campuses and students are going crazy over them, and so we saw that there was a good opportunity there to capture that market, and that's what we did. We've been at it for a little over a year now. Texas Tech is definitely a good customer, and they're a lot of fun to work with, and I'm very excited about adding a fleet to their campus. The hopes are to get several trucks there and get them more involved with athletics and the university, and create a place where the students can hang out and definitely gain some ground.
Well, Robert, I think we do have a station that carries us in Lubbock, and I can tell you this, we can invite everybody to look for the Red Raiders truck with the word street on it, STREAT, and when they see it, they'll know that's your truck.
That's right. I'm very excited. You're definitely going to love the truck when it gets there, and I can't wait to see you guys eating out of it.
All right, that sounds good. I'm getting a little hungry just talking about it. Robert, thanks so much for the visit. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Thank you.
A pleasure. Robert Michelonis from On the Move, and they have a very exciting wheeled vehicle that has some just great features to it, and you have an awful lot of great food coming out of it. We'll be back with more of College Sports Weekly.